Welcome to İznik, a humble town today, yet once one of the most influential cities of the ancient world. A place where empires rose, faiths were shaped, and history left an unforgettable mark on every stone. Located just 140 kilometers from Istanbul, in the province of Bursa, within the Marmara region, İznik rests quietly beside its peaceful lake. But behind this calm appearance lies a past so powerful that it changed the course of world civilization. For centuries, İznik was protected by its remarkable 5-kilometer-long city walls. Every historical site you'll explore here is within walking distance, making this town one of the most immersive open-air museums in all of Turkey. Let's begin our journey. The First Council of Nicaea, a turning point in Christian history. In the year 325 AD, Roman Emperor Constantine the Great gathered over 200 bishops in the ancient city of Nicaea, today's İznik. This meeting, known as the First Council of Nicaea, was the first ecumenical council of the Christian world. Here, church leaders debated the divine nature of Jesus and his relationship to God the Father. The result was the creation of the first part of the Nicene Creed, a foundational statement of Christian belief. The council also established the unified date of Easter and shaped early canon law. This single event made İznik a sacred city, recognized even today by the Vatican. Hagia Sophia of İznik, where the Second Council took place. Standing at the heart of the town is İznik's Hagia Sophia, originally a 4th century Byzantine basilica. After the Ottoman conquest in 1331, it was converted into the Orhan Mosque. Inside, the opus sectile floor, made of intricately inlaid marble, just like the floors of Hagia Sophia in Istanbul and Trabzon, signals its importance. This was the site of the Second Council of Nicaea, which brought an end to the period of iconoclasm in 787 AD. For decades, scholars believed this was where the First Council also took place, but everything changed in 2014. The Sunken Basilica, a church rediscovered beneath the lake. When water levels dropped and aerial photographs were taken, researchers discovered the remains of a submerged basilica just meters offshore, believed to have collapsed after a devastating earthquake in 740 AD. This structure may be the true site of the First Council, and possibly the burial place of Saint Neophytos, a young martyr executed in 303 AD. Today, the underwater church is one of Turkey's most extraordinary archaeological finds. İznik, the first Turkish capital in Anatolia, in 1071 after the Seljuk victory at Manzikert, the Turks advanced deep into Byzantine lands. Süleyman Shah captured Nicaea in 1075 and made it the first capital of the Seljuk state in Anatolia. He renamed the city İznik, meaning the trace of Nicaea. But in 1097, the First Crusader army besieged the city. To prevent destruction, the Seljuks surrendered İznik not to the Crusaders, but back to the Byzantines, marking the beginning of the city's Second Byzantine period. The city walls, witnesses of 1,000 years. İznik is one of only a few cities in Turkey where ancient defensive walls still stand almost entirely intact. 4 monumental gates guard the city: Istanbul Gate, Yenişehir Gate, Lefke Gate, and the now ruined Lake Gate. Look closely and you'll find Seljuk tombstones repurposed into the wall structure, a unique reminder of İznik's layered past. The Roman Theater. Just north of the city walls stands a 10,000-seat Roman theater built in the 2nd century under Emperor Trajan. Here, gladiators fought, animals were released into the arena, and thousands gathered for entertainment. The Ottoman legacy, the birthplace of many firsts. When the Ottomans took İznik in 1331 under Orhan Gazi, the city briefly became the empire's capital once again. In this period, İznik witnessed many firsts of Ottoman history. Hagia Özbek Mosque, the first Ottoman mosque. The Hagia Özbek Mosque, built between 1333 and 1334. This mosque is considered the very first mosque of the Ottoman Empire, not because it is the oldest standing mosque in Anatolia, but because it is the earliest Ottoman mosque with a surviving inscription clearly stating its construction date. It is small and square in plan, built with a charming combination of stone and brick, reflecting the simplicity and humility of the Ottoman state in its earliest years. Standing here, you are witnessing the architectural seed from which centuries of Ottoman mosque design would eventually bloom. Süleyman Pasha Madrasa, the first Ottoman school. A short walk leads us to another important milestone, the Süleyman Pasha Madrasa, also known simply as the Ottoman Madrasa. Constructed in 1332, this is the first madrasa of the Ottoman Empire, commissioned by Şehzade Süleyman, the eldest son of Orhan Gazi, remembered in history as the conqueror of Rumelia. This early madrasa reflects the unique character of the first Ottoman architectural style, honest, functional, and contemplative. Today, its quiet courtyards live on in a different form. The madrasa has transformed into a small bazaar where İznik's famous tile workshops continue centuries-old artistic traditions. Knowledge, craftsmanship, and history all meet here under the same roof. Nilüfer Hatun İmaret, a house of charity, now a museum. We now arrive at the Nilüfer Hatun İmaret, built in 1388 by Sultan Murad I in honor of his mother, Nilüfer Hatun. Originally, this was an imaret, a charitable soup kitchen serving food to the poor, travelers, and students, a powerful symbol of Ottoman social responsibility. Since 1960, the building has served as the İznik Museum. Inside, you'll find artifacts unearthed from archaeological excavations across İznik and its surroundings. In its garden, sarcophagi, reliefs, amphorae, and gravestones from Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman times are displayed. A peaceful place where centuries quietly coexist. Eshrafzadeh Mosque, a sanctuary, lost and remembered. Eshrafolu Abdullah Rumi, originally from Mecca, was a spiritual figure who joined the order of Hacı Bayram Veli, first as a student, then as a son-in-law, and eventually establishing his own dergah in İznik. Unfortunately, the mosque suffered severe destruction during the Greek occupation, damaged with dynamite, leaving only its minaret and fragments of its walls standing today. Because its inscription was lost in the ruins, the exact construction date is unknown. However, it is believed to have been built in 1518 by the daughter-in-law of Sultan Bayezid II. After being almost completely ruined, the mosque was restored and reopened for worship in 1954, and it continues to be used today, a living reminder of a sacred space lost and reborn. Yeşil Mosque, the tile-crowned symbol of İznik. Among İznik's most beloved landmarks stands the iconic Yeşil Mosque, often affectionately called the turquoise beauty of İznik. Its presence is as graceful as it is historic, reflecting centuries of devotion, craftsmanship, and artistic mastery. During the Greek occupation, the mosque suffered significant damage, as it too was targeted and struck with dynamite. Yet, despite the destruction, Yeşil Mosque survived, standing today as a symbol of resilience, beauty, and the unbroken spirit of İznik. Commissioned by Chandarlı Halil Pasha, the Grand Vizier of Sultan Murad I, this mosque holds a special place in Ottoman architectural history. It is admired for two remarkable features. Its marble mihrab, considered one of the earliest and most elegant examples of Ottoman stone craftsmanship, a harmonious blend of simplicity, strength, and spiritual depth. The other most important feature is its breathtaking minaret. Adorned with turquoise, green, and even hints of purple handmade tiles, showcases vibrant ceramics that are a masterpiece of İznik's legendary tile-making tradition, which later became famous across the Islamic world. More than a place of worship, Yeşil Mosque is a living gallery of early Ottoman art, a quiet space where stone, tile, and history speak together. Located in the same area as Yeşil Mosque and the Nilüfer Hatun İmaret, you'll find Şeyh Kutbuddin Mosque and, right beside it, a small tomb. Inside the tomb lies Mehmet Muhittin, the son of the famous scholar Şeyh Kutbuddin İzniki. Some sources suggest that the mosque was built by Ibrahim Pasha in 1496, while the tomb might have been commissioned by Halil Pasha. Şeyh Kutbuddin himself was one of the most renowned medrese, religious scholars, and teachers of İznik in his time, highly respected by the city's community. Records note his death around 1418. Hacı Hamza Hamama, a 650-year-old Ottoman bathhouse still in Hamama, also known as the Hammam of Murad Futh. This historic bathhouse dates back to the 15th century, making it nearly 650 years old. Recently restored and reopened, it continues to serve visitors today just as it did centuries ago. Open daily, the hammam offers dedicated women-only hours every Thursday. Here, the warm marble, the soft echo of water, and the gentle rise of steam carry the spirit of Ottoman daily life into the present moment. İznik, a timeless city of peace, faith, and civilization. From the footsteps of Roman emperors to the prayers whispered by Byzantine patriarchs, from the Seljuks to the days when İznik became the first Ottoman capital, for centuries, this lakeside town has carried the spirit of councils, artistry, devotion, and renewal. Its stones have witnessed empires rise and fall. Its walls have echoed with the voices of scholars, sultans, dervishes, and dreamers. Even beneath the lake, history continues to breathe, guarding the silent mystery of its underwater basilica. And today, İznik opens its gates once more, inviting travelers from every corner of the world to slow down, to walk its ancient streets, to touch its stories, and to feel the gentle whisper of centuries carried in the wind. This is İznik, a small town with one of the greatest stories ever told, a place where the past is still alive, and where every visitor becomes part of its eternal tale. And for those who feel called to experience its depth in person, Destinations by Gulden offers private day journeys to İznik from Bursa or Istanbul, crafted with care, conocimiento, and the love of sharing sacred places. If you enjoyed this journey through the soul of İznik, please subscribe to our channel and support our work, so we can keep creating meaningful stories like this.